Hi friends, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. The time has finally come to get ready for back to school. I know some of you start in mid-August. We do not start going back to school here until after Labor Day, but I wanted to get these videos out for you guys and get my life in order. So we are cleaning out the closets of the children today to see what kind of clothes they need. I also have a few new items for them already. So let's get started. My son Cooper is 14. He will be 15 this fall, but we are cleaning out his closet together. So if you see me talking and looking over toward the camera, he is standing behind it to tell me yes or no on some items, and I am also holding a few things up to him. I slow it down right here because he begged for this sweatshirt and it is ruined. It has chocolate on it that did not come out in the wash that I did not know about, so just discovering that now. He has an insane amount of clothes in this closet, and yes, I did get his permission to film in here. I know he's a teenager and they do like their personal space, but he is my biggest supporter and always happy to help me out. So after we got done with this quite large task of cleaning out his closet, we found some very interesting things that you do not want to find in a teenage room, so stay tuned for that. We actually got rid of an insane amount of bags of things that he doesn't need anymore. I have kept his backpacks over the years, even since he was little, and we got rid of a couple of those that just have seen better days. He is going to reuse his backpack from last year, so you will see me attempt to wash that. It does turn out okay, so you can wash backpacks in the washing machine. I just did it on a delicate cycle, but it turned out great. All of these clothes in here are just so small. He has grown so much. I know these are the years for teenagers to be growing, but it's just, I blink and look at pictures from when he was starting school last year, and he just looks so much older, like a grown man now. So it is a little sad, but I am happy that we are trying on his coats and getting rid of sweatshirts and shirts that are just too small. And we did decide he might need a couple of new sweatshirts, but other than that, he is ready to go. And here is one of those scary finds that you find in a teenage boy's room. His gym clothes from the end of the year just sitting in the bottom of his closet. That was exciting and fun. And now moving on to his drawers. He has some sweatpants in here that we are going to toss that are just too short. And then you will see us clean out the next drawer down, which is his pajama bottoms, and none of them fit. So he has two in the wash that he told me that he was washing at this time that fit, but it looks like I need to get him pajama bottoms, and then of course shoes. High school is a big deal, and so entering high school next year, he is very excited, and I'm excited for him and hope that these next 4 years are ones that he'll remember and ones that he grows and develops in, because this is what's setting him up for his last stage of living at home, which just chokes me up and makes me a little sad. But he has done so well throughout all of these transitions for middle school and during COVID and being homeschooled, and he is just ready to move on with regular life. as I continue to sort through his items, I just want to tell you guys how excited I am that you are here spending time with us today. I cannot believe the time has come for our fall videos. I will have 2 back to school preparation videos, this one and next week, and then we're going to move straight into fall shop with me's, hauls, decoratings, baking. I am here for it, and I hope you guys stay tuned for all of it as well. As always, I appreciate each and every one of you. You guys have this amazing community with me that I absolutely love chatting with you guys. If you're not following me over on Instagram, I am at Cathy Elayne. So come follow me over there and you can look at my stories and things that I'm doing from day to day. I would love to connect with all of you more. Comment down below when you guys go back to school. Is it in August or September? This is yet another awesome find from the closet, a broken umbrella, which doesn't seem like too big of a deal, but I will tell you, my son goes through umbrellas like it's water. We have probably replaced 5 or 6 of them over the years. I don't know if that's standard for boys or not. It seems excessive to me, but I better put that on the list, another umbrella for walking home from school. So 5 bags later, and we are moving on to washing his backpack and then transitioning to getting my daughter ready for her first year of preschool. Also, be sure to stay tuned to the end of this video. I am making Brookies for the first time, and I will tell you, I like to bake for my kids and send them in my son's lunch, and he appreciates it. I know that they're not going to school at this time, but I had a trial and error recipe because you know how sometimes I fail at baking. They turned out amazing, so I highly recommend it, and of course, I linked it below. Moving on to my daughter's room. Now, she is only 2, so she is not in technical real preschool until she turns 3 years old, which is in October, but they have at our preschool a pre-3s class for 2-year-olds, and I am very excited, and she is very excited, so she will only go for 1 hour twice a week. And I have to stay there in the waiting room for her, which is completely fine. I'm excited to do some editing while I wait, visit with other parents, maybe read some books, and hear about how much fun she had. She is super ready, wearing her backpack around the house, thinking that she's going to ride the bus, even though that's not happening. So we are just preparing for that, and I am very excited that this preschool has that option because I don't know what I would do if they didn't. She is beyond ready to make new friends and be in classes, and she is like a sponge absorbing new information, and she will just be thriving in this environment. All of that being said, I wanted to go through her closet and make sure she has everything that she needs, clean out some things that are too small for her as well. You know, when you have little kids, you do that often anyways, but it just feels extra exciting to make sure that she has some cute outfits for school. You may remember from one of my very first videos, I cleaned out the books in her book stand. I am still not a huge fan of this book stand, but it's working for now. As you can see, I moved it into her closet so that she can sit here and read, and she actually does. But I transfer her books out because it is not big enough to hold them all, which is why I'm not a huge fan of this. But we are going to put away her Valentine's and Easter books, and it's time to move out the Halloween, and then I will put those ones away and move out Christmas in November. But I did toss a few of the books that were maybe for smaller kids and for ones that were damaged, and there was, I think, only about 10 that I got rid of. But I did put away all of the summer books too, and the rest of them ended up fitting on the first few rows just fine, and then the Halloween ones on the bottom. You guys, she was so excited when she realized that I did this. She actually watched me do this, sitting over playing with other toys, but then when I was done, she just couldn't believe that her Halloween books were back out. We are a Halloween family. It is one of our favorite holidays, and she is no exception. She wears Halloween pajamas all year long, watches Halloween shows all year long, and just wants it to be costume time every single day. Maybe it's because she is my daughter, or maybe it's because she's an October baby. I have no idea. But that being said, just remember that we are going to have a ton of Halloween content, and one of my first Halloween videos, I cannot believe this, but Hocus Pocus 2 is coming out. Finally, we are going to have a family movie night and do all of the things Halloween, so I definitely will make a video for that, but it does not come out until September 30th, so I'm pretty sure I'll be decorating before then. Now I'm just going to go through her pants drawers. There was not very many things in here. A couple of shorts, maybe a couple of pairs of pants that I knew did not fit her. But in the next drawer, I just was so happy. I completely forgot that my friend had gifted us some hand-me-downs from her daughter when she was size 4 and 5. So I was able to pull every single one of those out and hang it up. I already washed them previously when she gave them to me last year, and I am so excited that they are finally going to fit. Now I am sharing some very cute dresses that I got at H&M for her, $4.99 a piece. I couldn't believe it. They are perfect for back to school, but not only that, we are going to Palm Springs in October, and it will be very warm there, even though it may not be that warm here. So I'm excited to bring these with us. She loves them. She's already worn one of them, which is not being shown, but it had unicorns on it. So if you need some dresses for back to school, or it's warm where you are, head over to H&M and get your $4.99 cute little sundresses. And then I also got her a couple of pairs of shoes. These were actually from Fred Meyer, which I know is only on the West Coast, but I got a size bigger than she currently wears. One for us to take with us and another one for tennis shoes for back to school. So they're already washed and ready to go. I just need to hang everything up, and there was some last minute things on here. I had a pile of clothes that I could not hang up because they didn't have hangers for them. I had used all of the hangers in her closet, which I knew meant that it was time to clean it out. So now that I made space, I do have some hangers. As I am cleaning off her dresser, I decided it is time to move the beloved dinosaur. I'm not going to take him down yet, but he's going to move over to the windowsill. She still loves him very much, but I feel like it's time for this area to be cleared off. I know that it could be a rush on school mornings. I have no idea, and I just don't want a huge mess everywhere, and it is nice to have this space cleared off. Switching gears again to bake some Brookies. Like I said, this is my first time baking these. They turned out amazing. I will share with you all of my tips and tricks because there was a few at the end that I didn't realize I needed to know, but like I said, my kids love taking things in their lunch or an after school snack and penny and anytime snack, and they love it when I bake. So I can tell you that is the best feeling as a mom when I bake something or do something for them and they notice it and their eyes light up and they're so happy. It just makes my day. It's exactly why I wanted to be a stay-at-home mom. It's exactly what I live for. It's my favorite part of any day. So I do bake often, and yes, there's tons of sugar in here. Yes, my kids don't always eat the best, and that's okay. What is a Brookie? A Brookie is half brownie and half chocolate chip cookie. You see my little helper there being a cheese. She just loves it when I have the camera on. But these turned out so good. I am not a stranger to making homemade brownies, and I will tell you, if you have never made a homemade brownie and you use the box all the time, the box is delicious and tastes just fine, but when you make a homemade brownie, you can taste the difference. They are so good, and I am a huge fan of using milk chocolate chips in my chocolate chip cookies because they taste so good. Semi-sweet is fine. I like things really sweet. So does everyone else in my house, as you can tell. So I use the milk chocolate. The reason I'm pointing this out now while I'm making the brownies, these chocolate chips are mini and they are semi-sweet, but when I make homemade brownies, which I haven't done in a long time, I use milk chocolate chips in there as well, and it gives them an extra sweet taste instead of the bitter taste from the unsweetened cocoa and the semi-sweet chips. Okay, moving on to the chocolate chip cookie dough layer. I haven't tried this recipe, as I said. It did turn out well, so I'm not sure if you can actually use this recipe in just plain cookies. I bet you could if you had leftover dough. I did not. I thought I was going to when I first started scooping it, but it ended up working out to where I used all of it. Okay, so now for some of my tips and tricks. When I pulled these out of the oven, I ended up having to put them back in the oven. I cooked them for the amount of time that they said to do, and then I let them cool completely for 30 minutes, and it was soupy in the middle. So I put it back in, and they turned out fine. In order to keep the cookie from not cooking any further, it did a little bit, but I put some tin foil over the top, and that ended up cooking just the brownie part instead of the cookie part and the brownie part. It was the brownie part that ended up being uncooked, but they turned out perfect. So I'll tell you, I put them back in for another 15 minutes. It told me to cook them 25 to 28 minutes, so that ends up being like a total of 45 minutes. So a little bit longer than they said for them to turn out. I know everybody's oven is different. My oven definitely cooks uneven, which is surprising to me because it's a new oven. I don't know why that is, but the part that faces the back always cooks faster, and so I end up sometimes going in and turning whatever dish I have in there around halfway through to make sure that it cooks evenly. As I said before, way too many times, these were excellent. Very sweet, but very delicious. So if you need a back to school treat to make, definitely check out the description box below for the recipe. And I appreciate each and every one of you for watching all the way to the end. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye!